Right. Now, cushioning. There's a lot of discussions around minimalist running styles and whether we should be in a shoe that's got no cushioning, zero drop, those sort of issues. What do you advise your clients?
It depends on the client when they come in, what they're looking for starters. A lot of people are coming in looking to get closer to nature or back to normal. As such, that's all good, but you do need to work towards that. You can't just go straight from wearing a shoe that's got a 10 or 12 mil differential or pitch between the rear foot and forefoot to dropping down to a 4 or a 0 drop shoe.
Right.
Because suddenly that's affecting your Achilles and your calves. Everything down the back half of your body is suddenly dropped. So everything has suddenly become a lot firmer down the back, and there's more chance of pulling your Achilles or straining your Achilles because it's constantly having to drop further, so it's straining a lot further. So it's one of those things you need to work into it over a period of time. Do lots of drills where you're actually going back to basics, almost dropping your training back to nearly zero to work yourself up again.
Did you hear that, people? When you're retraining with your drills and you're wanting to retrain and improve your technique and head towards a minimalist, you have to take your time and you have to do your drills.
So then there's this other now chain of thought called maximism, and that's where you're getting a lot thicker shoes. So there's a lot more impact protection or cushioning in the shoe. The pitch is exactly the same though. It's got a 4 mil axial differential between the rear foot and forefoot, but as you can see, it's got a very big cushioned sole, which is extremely good for ultra marathons, longer distances, because it's giving you a lot more impact protection with that highly repetitive 3.5 times your body weight coming down with each step, about 550 times per kilometre per leg. So there's a lot of impact going through your body. The more of that you can get it or dissipate away, the better off your body's going to be at the end of the day. And they're not heavy. They look heavy, look cumbersome, but they're actually incredibly light. They're lighter than most standard running shoes.
Yeah, that's quite amazing how light that is. I know, we've tried these ones out on the trails and I haven't found them to be too good.
Yeah.
But on the road, not too bad.
Yeah, with the road being that flat, continuous, monotonous surface, it's a lot easier than on a trail where it's so undulated again.
So because of the height of the cushion on the trail, it's difficult?
It's more difficult because you don't get that proprioception so much, so you're not perceiving what's happening underneath you, so you are... And again, it comes down to the type of terrain that you're running on. If it was a flat, continuous type of trail, all good. I mean, trail in New Zealand is a lot different, as you'd be aware, than trail is in a lot of other countries. If you're in trail in Australia, you'll obviously see kangaroos, but you're probably avoiding,
not too muddy.
Yeah. Whereas here, it's highly undulated. If you went 5Ks, you could go through 5 or 6 different types of terrain. Whereas over there, you don't get those sort of things.
So pick your shoe for your terrain, train in what you're actually going to be running your event in.
Absolutely.